I'm Dwight Fanton, I chair the Department of Public Works Committee. Please join me in a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Fanton.
Here.
Mr. Demick.
Here.
Mr. Barnes.
Present.
Mr. Curran. Mr. Sear.
Here.
Mr. Healy.
Here.
Mr. Stockin.
Here.
And Mr. Harris. 6 present, 1 absent.
Thank you. Could I get a motion to approve the minutes of January 3rd, 2024, please?
Stockin.
Helio, second.
Thank you. Any additions or corrections? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They are approved. Okay, Tom Windus, our superintendent.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. First one on the agenda is just an update on our capitals, which are pass-through and Bridge New Yorks. We're going to try and keep this up to date. It's just a spreadsheet that just shows what projects we have out there, total dollar amounts. The only change is that the 4 at the bottom are all Bridge New York. Our hope was to do it in 2025, but because of the delay on the SLAs and the agreements, it looks more like we'll be in 2026 for those years of actual construction. But at least this way we have a list and everybody can keep
Yep.
track of what's coming up. So next one is permission to award and purchase materials for the county forest pavilion. As you can see, Closest Lumber was the only bidder, and the total cost of the materials is $7,859.24.
So moved for Brooke.
Can I get a second for Brooke?
Sear.
Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you very much. Next one is on our bridge decks and bridge materials for this year. We bid both of the decks and the abutment systems. We only had one bidder for the abutment systems, but we did have 2 bridge deck bids, one with a superstructure of galvanized steel versus the concrete panels that we get from Whitford. We wanted to see how the pricing was, to see if we had, making sure we're doing the right thing for the county. And we are requesting permission to award to LC Whitford materials for the 3 structures as listed on the project, on the sheet, the MOE. And just to note, they were on average between $50,000 and $100,000 cheaper than the steel.
Helio, move that.
Can I get a second, please?
Stockin.
Thank you. Discussion on this? All right, well, Tom, thanks for checking that out. At least we know where we're at, so it's a good deal.
Okay. Next one is.
Did we vote? We didn't vote.
Oops.
All in favor
Sorry.
say aye.
Aye.
That is approved, sorry.
No problem. I could remember.
We got so many of them here.
I know, we got a lot. Sorry. Next one is to award the bridge substructure system, and this is to Lakeland's Concrete Products. They were the only bidder, and $78,500 for 0512, which is in Amity, and $58,220, which is in Centerville.
Could I have a motion, please?
Demick will move.
Thank you.
Helio, second.
Thank you. Discussion on this?
Yeah,
Yes.
you mentioned that only one bidder.
Correct.
That seems to be quite common on some of these lately. Is that just a sign of the times, or?
Yeah, between that and this is kind of a specialized product. There are other bidders that could bid on it. Kistner they have a different type product, but it could work. But Lakeland's is the one that provides a stone strong system, and that's what we spec'd. Again, we left it open in case others wanted to bid on it. But this price is a fraction of what it would have been in steel. Typical, the old style was steel sheet piling, abutment, and wing wall system. And right about now, it's about $250,000 to $300,000 for the steel for that. And you can see the pricing for the concrete precast units. So it's a fraction of the cost.
Ultimately, they're equal as far as...
Yeah, I actually believe it's a little more superior. You don't have the rusting because you're relying on less than a half-inch thick steel, and over the years, obviously it'll rust, even though we paint them. So the concrete is there. We pour the inside of the units with solid concrete, so everything's founded on solid concrete.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you very much. Next list of items on the agenda are just permission to purchase equipment that was in the budget. The first item is Public Works request permission to purchase a new Hyundai HW160A wheeled excavator from George and Swede for the total amount of $278,647.30.
Can I get a motion, please?
Healy will move it.
Thank you.
Barnes, second.
Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you very much. Next one is Public Works request permission to purchase 5 2025 Western Star 49X chassis from Freightliner and Western Star of Batavia. The price of each truck is $211,193, and again, that is in the budget, DM 5130-204.
Can I get a motion, please?
Stocking.
Thank you. Second?
Barnes.
Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you. Next on there is Public Works request permission to purchase 1 2025 Western Star 47X chassis from Freightliner Western Star of Batavia for a total price of $311,964.90. This one is the full plow package, plow truck, and that would come out of the capital fund 5197-200. Just to clarify, the initial budget discussion was a grader to come out of that capital fund. The graders were more money than what we feel is appropriate to spend. And because the other trucks came in higher, everything has been going up, we were going to put this out of that capital fund.
Get a motion, please.
Demick will move.
Thank you. I have a second.
Barnes, second.
Thank you. Discussion?
You're still going to look into a grader, though,
We're going to
right?
be looking for a used grader
Okay.
of the difference. So
Good.
after we purchase this equipment, we will have $277,737 in the budget, 5130-204. So we're going to try and get a grader for that amount.
Thank you.
Right, correct. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved. Yeah,
Thank you.
okay. Gary?
Oh,
I got a
sorry.
question. As per our discussion earlier this morning, can you bid a piece of equipment with an operator?
We do a rental. We actually do bid equipment with rentals. Our crane is done that way, big crane, bigger than what we have. We also do that with chip seal, good number of things. A lot of times the towns will use that bid more so than we, but we do at times have to rent equipment with operators.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next one and last one on purchasing. Public Works request permission to purchase 1 2025 Kenworth T8 880 from Kenworth for a price of $211,660.
Can I get a motion, please?
Healy will move it.
Thank you.
Here.
Second, thank you. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you very much. The next one is just a housekeeping we do every year. Public Works requests a resolution be prepared to approve the county to enter into an intermunicipal mutual aid agreement sponsored by the Allegheny County Town Highway Superintendents Association. This agreement allows any participating municipality within the county of Allegheny to assist another municipality with highway projects, maintenance, and emergency road work, or any similar function, and to allow the proper authorities to expedite the workflow as quickly as possible. And this term would be from January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024.
Demick will move that.
Healy will second it.
Thank you. Discussion, and I do want to thank the towns for working with us on this agreement. I mean, it's very important that we all work together, and I really appreciate the cooperation that we've had with all the towns, so I'm thanking them right now. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you very much. Next on the agenda is permission to hire seasonal help. Public Works requests permission to hire up to 19 seasonal help at the hourly wage of $15 an hour, and this is in the budget.
Gilliam, move it.
Thank you. I get a second.
Demick will second it.
Thank you. Discussion on this?
Do you have any issues getting people? Do you got people waiting? I know Dean deals with this most of the time, so.
A few years ago, we did struggle to fill these positions, but we've been able to partner with schools and keep them up to date on what we have available, and we've also broadened the, I'll say, criteria to make more people more eligible, open up the eligibility to folks that in past years didn't have an opportunity to apply. So last year we were very successful, and we
Yeah.
hope again this year.
Right.
We always give folks that worked well with us last year and want to come back, they get first pick, and then we fill the rest. So
Great,
I'm expecting.
Thank you.
Good turnout.
great program.
Thanks, Dean. Yep.
Thanks.
Comment, that's a great program. It meets our peak seasonal demands for labor, helps to fill in the gaps, and has been a good program for everybody over the years on all spectrums, so it's a win-win, and we want to thank you guys.
Thank you. Anyone else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you. Next on the agenda, request to fill senior engineering technician. This is due to resignation. Probably wouldn't be any subsequent positions, but if there were, this individual is going to work elsewhere.
I get a motion?
Stockton.
Second?
Demick will second.
Thank you. Discussion on this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you. The next five are just establishing capital funds for our culvert and bridge projects for this year. First one is Allegheny County Department of Public Works requests a 2024 capital project be established for the town of Alfred, county culvert, local culvert 4201 on County Route 42.
Get a motion, please.
Sure.
Thank you. Second?
Demick will se- oh, go ahead.
Thank you. Any discussion on this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you. Next one is Allegheny County Department of Public Works requests a 2024 capital project for Town of Amity, local bridge 0512 on Feathers Creek Road.
Healy, move it.
Thank you. Do I get a second?
Demick will second.
Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Public Works requests a 2024 capital project for Town of Centerville, County Bridge 1304 on County Route 36.
Stockton.
Thank you. Second?
Demick will second.
Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you. Next one, Public Works requests a 2024 capital project for the Town of Cuba, County Culvert, local culvert 06 2.2 on County Route 6.
Healy, move it.
Thank you. I get a second.
Demick will second.
Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you. Next one, Public Works requests a 2024 capital project for Town of Independence, County Bridge, local bridge 2106 on County Route 19.
I get a motion.
Stockton.
Thank you. A second? Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
I'll just pause to see, that's everything for highway. Does anybody have any questions about highway operations or?
Okay.
Okay, thank
Very
you.
good, thank you.
Going into solid waste, permission to bid new scale, refurbished scale. Public Works requests permission to put out to bid a replacement scale for the Belmont Transfer Station. This is in the department's 2024 budget.
Demick will move.
Thank you.
Healy, second.
Thank you. Discussion? How long has that scale been in? Ever since we opened, right?
No, actually, this was a replacement.
This is,
that's in there now. We can find that out, tell you what the exact
That's
date
all
was.
right.
Yeah.
been there a long time, I know.
I can tell you, Lee just rewrote the specs, and we took John's
Yeah.
specs for when he get it replaced. So, yeah, so I know it was in John's time frame, but it was actually,
It's necessary, though, for our operation.
it's
Oh, yeah.
absolutely
Yes.
necessary,
Yeah.
yes. And it's a refurbished unit that we're looking to bid because it will fit in there. Newer
Okay.
ones won't, with a lot, that have a lot more work and probably double the money. So,
All right, thank you.
you're welcome.
Anyone else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you very much. Next, Public Works requests a resolution to increase the rate paid for the disposal of landfill leachate to municipalities with wastewater treatment plants. This rate will increase from 3 cents per gallon to 3.5 cents per gallon.
I get a motion.
Barnes,
Thank you. Second?
Demical second.
Thank you. Discussion?
How many different facilities do you deliver to at this point?
Primarily Friendship, Houghton, maybe one other. There used to be 5 or 6 that we would take leachate to, but their plants either can't handle it anymore or they're in floodplains and prefer not to take it. So there's usually like 2 or 3.
Okay,
That's
thanks.
about the max.
And because we're totally capped now, I know our leachate gallonage has dropped considerably.
When the facility was open, we'd be up to 4 to 5 million gallons a year. Now we're down below 800,000, or pardon me, below 900,000. So yeah, it's just decreased significantly.
All right, thanks, Dean. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you. Next one is just a amendment. The Department of Public Works requests resolution number 3224, resolution establishing solid waste residential user fees effective January 1st, 2024, to be amended. The 2 items that we had tried to get included were not included in the resolution, so we want to make sure they are included, and that would be the small items and the large items. Small items at $6, large items at $8.
I get a motion.
Gilliam will move it.
Thank you.
Stocking second.
Thank you. Discussion on this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you. Next one is a request to apply for Household Hazardous Waste State Assistance Program grant. DPW is requesting a resolution authorizing the Department of Public Works on behalf of Allegheny County to apply for this grant. It's in the total amount of $7,500, and it's 50% of the cost of the annual household hazardous waste.
Demical move.
Thank you.
Gilliam second.
Thank you. Discussion on this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved. Just as curiosity, I know, Dean, I think you've got kind of the numbers that we put through. Do you have those just on the top of your head as far as how much hazardous waste we got rid of?
Not off the top of my head, but I can take a quick peek
But
on my phone.
Okay, all right.
I might have it by the end of
It's
committee.
interesting to see how much we really taken off of out of the environment here, so appreciate that. All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you very much. This last one is a request to create and fill a transfer station operator. We currently have, and I don't have my org chart, but a number of TSOs, transfer station operators. As you recall in discussions previously, we have had an HMEO1 position that's been open for multiple years. We talked with Wayne, because we can't fill it, we feel it might be more appropriate if we could try and fill a TSO that can fluctuate and help out at other transfer stations, be more flexible to, instead of having somebody come in on overtime, they could actually come in and work it because it's a scheduled time frame, and it would help Wayne out quite a bit. Is that appropriate, Dean?
Thank you. Can I get a motion on that, please?
Sierra will move that.
Thank you.
Gilliam second.
Thank you. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you very much. Back to requests for permission to purchase. These are the items for solid waste. They are in the 2024 budget. The first one is Public Works requests permission to purchase 2 new Hyundai HL940A wheel loaders from George and Swede. each in the amount of $194,623.
I get a motion, please.
Demick will move.
Thank you.
Stockton, second.
Thank you. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you very much. And the last one on solid waste is Public Works request permission to purchase one Galbraith tandem axle roll-off trailer for solid waste from Zincon Equipment for the price of $89,912.
I get a motion.
Demick will move.
Thank you. A second?
Healy, a second.
Thank you. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you, and I think Dean has an answer for you.
This is for 2023, and this has been, this program's been going on for more than 20 years. Hazardous paint, 121 gallons. Hazardous household batteries, 670 pounds. Pesticides, 500 pounds. Pesticides liquids, 55 gallons. Other household hazardous waste solids, 30 pounds. Other hazardous waste liquids, 229 gallons. Fluorescent bulbs, 20 pounds. That's for this.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you. Okay.
Anything else for solid waste?
Pardon?
Questions? Any questions on solid waste while we're... Okay, on to buildings and grounds. First one, request to fill building maintenance mechanic assistant and all subsequent positions.
Can I get a motion?
Stockton,
Thank you. A second?
Demick will second.
Thank you. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you very much. Next on there is request resolution for renew agreement with Train. Public Works requests a resolution to authorize the chairman of the board's signature for a contract with Train USA for continuation of service agreement for 2024 HVAC equipment coverage at the King County Jail. Total price is $4,250 from January 1 to December 31st, 2024, and it is in the 2024 budget.
Thank you. Can I get a motion?
Demick will move.
Thank you. A second?
Healy will second.
Thank you. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is approved.
Thank you. The next ones are just some updates and discussion topics. Roof updates. Dean set up a meeting with Tremco, thank you. And the gentleman came down. They are working with Davis W. Elmer out of Rochester to begin getting going on the roofs. First roof would be the old courthouse roof. That one is in dire need. We're hoping the windstorms don't come before we can get it replaced because it's pretty much delaminated. The other one that is leaking quite readily is the WAM building, and we're hoping to get a contract to do both of them at the same time so it saves us mobilization, demobilization, but prioritize those two roofs. They're going to do some investigation on this roof with some moisture equipment to figure out how much moisture is in the roof, identify what areas have moisture above what they can accept, and that way they can contract or specify the work to be done, pothole the areas that are wet, fix those, fix the roof, and then overlay the roof. So we're working towards it. Our goal is to get the two roofs done prior to school season starting, because that's when all of the roofing companies, they do their work in the summer for school districts. So
All right, thank you.
any questions on those?
How old is the roof on this building?
This one is original on this
How many
building.
years is that?
This was 75, 76?
76, yeah.
76.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Surprisingly, it's in better shape than the newer roof.
Well, this one has the gravel on
That's
top
right.
of it, the stone,
That's what
to hold
protected
it down, so, yeah.
The next one is just a Stark update, and I'll ask Dean to update that one. Recently, we have had turnover there, but Dean can explain.
I'll just be real brief, but the Stark has been in here to update our building control systems. They're making the connections throughout the old courthouse, new courthouse. They've been up here connecting everything to the into the penthouse. Things are progressing really well, and they think they'll have the project finished by the end of April. And this is quite a significant project, and we appreciate everybody's support in recognizing the need to update our systems. The previous system met its service life, and the other components were obsolete. So this is a significant upgrade, and Dan Moyer will be really happy when it's over
Yeah,
with.
yeah. All right, thank you. Old business? New business? We have something.
We do, we have one. And this one is just to give you some time to think about it and ponder it. In the latest inspections, we've had several issues with our solid waste transfer stations. There's some buildings they're all the same vintage. They're in pretty rough shape. We're going to have to spend some monies to fix those. So we just wanted to work on our solid waste, local solid waste management plan, and maybe work with y'all or set up a committee. I know there is supposed to be a separate committee on solid waste management plan to where we can talk about moving forward in the future and how we would kind of fund those projects.
Yeah, so you can let us know when you have a meeting set up. We'll
Yeah,
We'll
we
get
just
together.
wanted to throw it out there, and then we can start talking about them.
Very good, yep.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
because they were put in back in, what, 80? I can't tell you. When those transfer stations were put in, it was back in the 90s,
Yeah,
late 80s?
I don't know right offhand.
I don't have a number, but they've been around a long time.
They've been around a long time, and
Yep.
a lot of them are rust damage. It's the old metal frame building, which is 1/8 steel, real thin steel, and it's rusted through. One of them was impact damage, one or two of them, but a lot of it was rust. So, thank you
Very
very
good.
much.
Anything else for anybody that have any questions? All right, thank you, and go to the order. Could I get a motion for an adjournment, please? Thank you. A second?
Barnes?
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?